We can't change the world unless we change ourselves.
What else is coming through?
I flew in that cloud like Superman.
You've been waiting for this, haven't you?
Mm-hmm, like with the quickness. So I walked out of the water. And it's a tribe of people there, like they was waiting for me.
Really describe them to me.
When you was telling me to go back on a cloud, the faces came up. I never seen these type of people, honestly. They have like blue gleaming eyes with brown skin, and they're like mostly naked, like how I like to, because I'm always naked. And they have like a staffs in their hands, and they're all standing on the beach while I'm walking up with the staffs in their hand.
How do you feel as you approach them? What kind of vibe do you get?
Like, they're my people. I'm their people. I'm their God. I'm their teacher.
What happens next?
I have on a white robe, and just came out the water, and I'm walking up towards them on the sand, on the shore. And there's trees in the background. They're like high trees. Like if we go back in the trees, we'll disappear.
What about your body? Can you tap into it? Look down at your feet. See if you're wearing any shoes.
No shoes.
Barefoot?
Mm-hmm.
How does the body feel? Male, female, young, old, healthy?
A male. My feet are like, I'm not like their complexion. I'm like a little lighter.
Okay.
It's white.
What else do you notice about the body? Do you get a sense of age, of health, anything like that?
I'm tall. I have long white hair. It's like wavy, curly straight. Like after you wet your hair and it curls up a little bit with brown highlights. Even though it's gray, I still have like some brown streaks in it.
Okay.
Like that didn't turn gray yet. And I have a long beard, very long, like it comes like down to my stomach. It's a point, like shaped, like it specifically shaped in a triangle going down to my belly button.
What about the face? What do you notice? What kind of expression? What does it look like?
I'm older, and I have a face of wisdom.
What about your eyes? What do you notice about them?
We have the same eyes. I have the same eyes as the people.
Tell me more. Are you holding anything in your hands? Are you carrying anything on your head, on your back?
I have a staff too, but it's not like theirs is silver, and it looks powerful.
Really feel into that object. What kind of energy does it give you? What does it mean? Whatever comes through is fine.
I use it like for magic or something. It's made of silver, like it has spikes on it, like at the top, and like little intricate designs.
Any kind of shapes, or what kind of designs? Do you recognize them?
It has a snake going around this staff part. It has some language on it that I don't know.
You can ask out loud and see if something comes to you. What language is that?
Phoenicius is what's inscribed on there.
Phoenicius, okay. What else do you notice? Does it have any special significance to you as you tap into it more?
I use it to protect my people.
What happens in the scene? What are you doing? How do the people react?
They're happy to see me come back. Like I went into the water to either recharge, get food, or fight an enemy. Okay. Those are usually the reasons I go in the water.
Do you get a sense of how long you were gone?
3 months.
What do they say or do? What's happening?
I'm walking up and I have kids.
Tell me about them.
They ran up to me first. We have a small one and an older one. It's ironic.
What are their names?
Julie and Josiah. What's with these J's? It was the mother.
Is she a J name too? What's her name?
Jernicius. She has long white hair too.
Really describe all of them.
She has long white hair, and she's very beautiful, and she has a triangle silver tattoo, or not a tattoo, it was a sign of her godliness in the middle of her head, and it's shining. It's bright.
Emitting a light?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I have it too.
Uh-huh. Feel
and
into that. What's the energy there?
We're a special family.
Mm-hmm. What else do you pick up on? How are you special?
Because when they came in and they tried to kill my people, we protected them.
And were you successful?
Every time until...
Good. What's happening next? What do you see? What do you sense around you?
I was captured by other God beings that were like me.
And what happened? Can you describe the scene to me? You won't feel any discomfort. It's just for information.
They killed me because they said I was teaching the people.
Good, let it out. It's okay. You don't need to hold that in you anymore.
I was teaching the people our customs. They weren't supposed to know that, all the stuff that I was teaching them. But I was teaching them so that they could protect themselves when I wasn't around.
Mm-hmm.
But people that were like God beings like me didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Do you get a sense of where this was happening?
It's these stones around me, these tall stones, and they got me in the middle with these pitchforks, like they're trying to hold me, kind of like spears, like mine, but it's theirs, and they're pointing them at me.
Mm-hmm. What happens next? What are they saying, or how do you feel?
They're telling me that they're mad that I told the people this knowledge that wasn't for them to have right now, because they said certain things had to happen for things to happen.
Like a certain order of things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happens next?
After they gave me my judgment, they all pointed their spears at me and zapped me with the light. Now I see stars.
Okay. You're on the other side of it now?
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're on the other side of it, you'll see that every life has a lesson and a purpose. What was the lesson in that lifetime? It's totally safe to let it out. Let that just roll through you like a wave and out. You don't have to hold it in. You're doing great.
They're telling me that it's not meant to save everybody, but I don't agree and I'm angry, because why shouldn't they be saved?
Who is making these decisions? Who's giving you this information?
This is my God people.
Mm-hmm. Describe them to me.
We're like in a white room and they're just like telling me the stuff that I was supposed to do that I didn't do, and that wasn't the meaning for us going down there and helping them. And I'm like, well, what was the meaning?
What did they say? What was it?
Teach them simple things.
What did you teach them?
I taught them how to catch fish in the ocean. I taught them how to weave baskets to catch the fish. They were starving. I taught them how to build homes.
What did you teach them that got you into this situation?
I taught them language.
Mm-hmm.
But our language.
And what is your language?
Zanzonian?
Okay.
Mukta.
What else is coming through?
It's just sad here.
Mm-hmm. What else did they say to you?
I gotta go back down and do it again.
How do you feel about that?
Why do I need to do it again if it's not helping? If I can't help people, then what's the point?
What did they say?
They just told me this is what I have to do.
But don't you have free will?
We do, but not at this level where I'm at here, because it's bigger than us.
Okay. And who makes those decisions?
Our race of people, us as a whole, as a one. But I'm kind of like the eyeball.
Tell me what that means.
It's like I believe in the one and the whole, but I don't believe in everything that they believe in.
So you're a little bit different in your views.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Ostracized. Like, they just walking right past me. Like, they won't even talk to me.
Was this your first time working with those people? The people down below, your people?
No, I helped them before.
Okay. And how did you do last time?
I did good last time, but this time I went to the extreme.
In what way? How was this time different?
Because they saw me as a god, and I was trying to make them their own mini gods. And they didn't like that.
Do you get a sense of what the name of your people is?
No.
That's okay. What else happens next? Do you get a sense of what the purpose of that lifetime was? Did you want to experience something as a soul?
I can't save everybody. I always try to save everybody. And I can't. And they wanted me to experience that.
And now they want you to go back.
And do it the right way.
I want to know what's causing that sensation that you want to save everybody.
They said I'm just a special soul. I always was like that.
What is the origin of that? Was that this life, another? When was the first time your soul experienced it?
I was in the army in World War I.
Okay. And what happened?
We were ambushed. We didn't expect it. I ran out to try to save as many soldiers as I could, but I couldn't save everybody.
What emotions did you feel when you realized you couldn't save everybody?
Devastation.
Where's that stored in your body, emotional or physical body?
Heart.
What was the purpose for you to experience that? Is there something you wanted to understand or learn?
They say I've always been this way.
Well, something must have caused it if it's different from the rest.
Programming.
So you're kind of going against a certain programming.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody you can ask to show you the very first time your soul experienced that difference from the rest?
We came down here for a mission. Feelings aside, we have to complete the mission for the benefit of the whole, the one consciousness. When I come down, when I'm teleported down, I sometimes forget that.
But sometimes you remember it?
Yeah, because it's like programmed in my DNA.
So is it something that can be turned off or on?
It's me as a soul. It's me as a soul. It's my uniqueness. It's my me.
So you're part of the one, but you're still you.
It's what I have to do to be a part of the one. They say that I'm like this, but they know that I'm like this, and they accept it because it's a part of what's supposed to be.
So it's divine in its own sense. Were there other lifetimes where you acted upon it because it was part of you?
I was burned for it.
Okay. What happened in that lifetime?
Actually, in this one, I didn't do much. It was a suspicion. They thought I was a witch because they felt my energy. I tried to heal people with energy. They may have seen that as well, but I wasn't a witch.
What do you see?
I see him looking from around the corner while I'm healing this person in the village, and he told on me.
Tap into his energy.
He's a white man with bald head, kind of like peasantry clothing, but he also is the foot of somebody important in the community. And he told on me.
Who did he tell?
The head leader of that community.
Okay. Was it a small community or a big one?
Small.
Do you get a sense of when and where?
England, dreary, cold, 1900s.
Okay. And what happened next?
He brought me to the front, in front of everybody, like I did something wrong, and they burned me. I'm so angry.
Where's that anger stored in the body?
In my heart.
In the heart.
I feel like the person I healed, they didn't even try to take up for me. They just let me burn.
Do you get a sense of how they felt? See if you can tap into them and see what was really going on inside.
They were scared too. They didn't want to get burnt.
So they were terrified for their life.
Yeah, but they felt bad about it afterwards. It really bothered them.
So they carried that, knowing that you were healing them, but they couldn't stand up for you. Are you able to forgive that person, knowing what you now know?
Yes, they actually carried that with them until their death. And they didn't die young. They died old. 83.
And that was always something heavy on their chest, huh? Are you ready to forgive that person?
No.
No. Tell me more about it. What are you feeling? What are you experiencing?
This person must have been closer to me than I realized, because I can't forgive them for some reason.
Let's leave that scene and go backwards in time a little bit to when you're interacting with that person in another capacity. What's happening? What do you see? You're there now.
You're my wife.
That's your wife?
Yes.
What's coming through about her?
I don't know how that flew back then, because we both women, and she was my wife. That's frowned upon.
Where did you live? What was the situation like?
We lived together. We had a lot of joyous moments in front of the fire.
I see you smiling.
Yeah, it was warm. We would read together. We would think about what we wanted our life to be. She supported me in my little potions I have on the side that I make.
What kind of potions are they? What are they for?
Glass bottle, cork top, small, little vials, fat but small. And it was to help heal people.
So you were creating those?
Yes.
How were you sourcing the ingredients?
I would go foraging in the forest. I would wander off, pick up stuff as I came along. I knew that it was stuff that healed.
So you knew what you were looking for. Tap in and see where that knowledge originally came from.
I'm trying to tap in. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. Go back into that place where you're able to receive information about the lifetime with the woman who was your wife. You can go there easily. You're there now. What do you see?
She should.
What's going on? Try to talk through it.
She didn't stick up with me, and I loved her.
Tap into that love. Where do you carry it in the body?
My heart.
How does it feel there?
When she didn't stick up for me, it felt like it was snatched out in my chest. My body ached from the pain of the betrayal. Kind of like the shoulder pain. I felt those pains, pulses throughout my whole body.
You don't have to feel any discomfort, but just allow it to come for information without any physical symptoms. Just a pulse or an awareness, but nothing that will disturb you. What happened next? Was there another important day in that life where you can get some information that can help you understand that relationship?
I came to that village as a stranger, and she took me in. We connected. I just didn't expect that from her.
Were you together for a long time?
10 years.
What was the relationship like?
It was good for the first 5 years, but the last 5 years, there was inconsistencies. Like she was looking at me differently, or like she was scared because she was shocked.
By what you could do? Or?
Yeah.
Go back in time to the point where you noticed the shift for the first time. You're there now. What do you notice? What do you see?
I don't understand. Like, she's the one that brought that person to me. She brought one of our people in the community to help them because she knew what I did for her.
Mm-hmm.
But the healing was so miraculous, it scared her. And she just didn't look at me the same.
And how did you heal that person?
They was crippled. They couldn't walk. And they also had bumps on all over their body. Like cysts, boils, and the local maester, it wasn't helping. So my wife knew what I could do, and she brought them to me.
Mm-hmm. Did she know that person?
She's seen them around the community.
And what happened? How did you perform the work?
With the white light source, I asked them to heal him with my hands. And every time I would ask them, they did. But I didn't do it often, so it wasn't a lot, because I didn't want to be found out.
Had you been found out before?
Not in that lifetime.
Okay. And what happened next? What happened after the healing was complete?
They both was in shock. The person was happy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I looked at my wife, I knew it was a change in her.
So something had shifted.
Mm.
Did anything else important happen on that day? Did you talk about it?
No. She made me dinner. She made me some soup. And we just ate the soup and we sat on the bed and we didn't really talk about it. We just went to sleep.
Did you want to talk about it?
I felt like she wanted to say something, so I should have said something, but I didn't.
Okay. And the shift happened from there on, huh?
Yes.
I want you to leave that scene behind and move forward to another important day in that lifetime. A day you consider to be important when something's happening. You've moved there now. What's happening? What do you see?
Before I came to her, I left another village, but I don't know what happened.
You can move backwards in time and actually see what happened. Just scroll back and land in a safe spot where you can get good information. You're there now. What's happening? What do you see?
They didn't want me practicing my healing potions. They saw what I was doing and they didn't like it. But why? It didn't bother you? Mm-hmm. It didn't bother any of them. Why didn't they like it?
Who didn't like it?
The people in the village, my family. They were my family mostly. Mm-hmm. We all stayed in the same area.
Mm-hmm. What kind of people were they?
Just regular people. We didn't have much. So that's how I even learned how to make stuff, because we didn't have anything. And I would go out looking for stuff, and that's how I learned.
How could you tell when you were out looking, kind of foraging, what would do what? What would cause a healing effect?
I would put my tongue on something. Like, if it doesn't sting, then it's going to work.
How old were you?
I was young at this time. I was a little girl. I see myself in a dress running through.
Are you getting any help with that, or is it coming from within?
It's coming from within, but it's divine. I know somebody is feeding me this information. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking to them in that way, like they are a person.
See if you can tap into their energy. Tell me what comes through.
I can't.
Do you see them in any sense? Do you feel them?
I do, but they won't let me access that information.
Okay. Does anything else important happen on that day?
No.
Go ahead and leave that scene behind and move forward to the very last day of that lifetime you're watching. You won't have any physical sensations. You can talk about it. What happened on that day leading up to you being seen that way? Is there any new information that comes through?
Oh, wow. I was betrayed. It wasn't that they saw me healing her. She told them and asked me to heal her. so that they can see it and take it back to the leader.
So it was a setup.
Yes.
Is that why you had a hard time forgiving?
Yes.
What happens next?
I'm back here again.
Whatever's happened in that life has already happened.
Yes.
You're on the other side of it. And from that position, you can look back at that entire life, see it from a different perspective, a whole perspective. What did you learn from it?
The first thing came to mind is not to trust everybody with my gift.
Anything else coming through?
No.
What do you think was the purpose of that lifetime?
To heal.
So the purpose was to heal, and you were doing your job.
Yes.
Were there some other choices you could have made that would have taken things in a different direction?
No. That was meant to happen.
So it was meant, the betrayal was meant to happen too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you wanted to experience?
Yes.
It was. Tell me about that.
I had many lifetimes where I hadn't experienced that type of hurt. I had difficult situations, but it never was like that. So they wanted me to experience it.
When you say they?
The one consciousness, all of us as a whole, me included. The one consciousness, the whole consciousness, what you would call as the universal consciousness.
Okay. And is there a certain soul group that you're part of, or how are these decisions made, such specific decisions?
We decide them as a whole.
I see.
I want to say blue avian, but I'm not sure.
Good. Let's drift away from that life. I know the subconscious could have brought forth many different lifetimes and scenarios. Why did you choose to show her the lifetime that you just showed?
Our lessons are our own. Their lessons are their own. They know.
Mm-hmm. In the lifetime you showed, she was betrayed and told not to trust everybody. Why was that important for her to see today?
That was then, this is now. That was then, this is now.
Why did her soul want to experience that betrayal?
That's where she holds her anger.
Okay, and where is that stored in her body?
In her crown chakra.
And what is truly causing that? Is that what you just showed her? Was that the very origin of it, that lifetime?
Yes.
And what emotions did she feel when that happened, when she realized the betrayal?
She never experienced that pain before.
Mm-hmm. And is that all stored in her crown or somewhere else in the body too?
Crown and heart.
We're going to get to the bottom of this and release it. Are you feeling good in the body?
Yes.
What was the purpose to experience that betrayal and anything else that was left in her body? What was she trying to understand?
She just had to understand why. She had to experience it. That's it.
So it was for her learning?
Yes.
Okay. Does she understand this now? Has she learned everything she needs to know about it?
She's getting there.
Is there anything else you can show her to complete that today?
She's already going to be shown. She's already being shown. It's already happening.
If that's the case, can you release whatever is stuck in that area, in the crown and in the heart? Could you release that for her now?
I will.
Thank you. May I ask how you're doing this?
With the one light.
Good. I see you smiling. You knew that already, right? Okay. What is she going to feel? Is she sensing anything now, or will she later?
Her shoulder pain is gone.
How is that connected?
The one light source. The highest light. The white light.
Can I ask if you would scan her entire body and see if there's anything that needs to be rebalanced, released, or otherwise addressed so she can move forward in balance and harmony?
Before coming here, asked us this already. We're already working on her.
Oh, great. So it's already being done.
That's correct. We have been purging her for a while now. This is a joyous occasion. We have been waiting to come out of her shell.
Is that why she flew up to the clouds so fast?
Yes.
She's been waiting too, huh?
That's correct.
What does today symbolize in her life, in this lifetime?
As the Christ consciousness within her. She is a teacher. She is a healer. But she knows that. She's afraid.
Can you tell me more about that fear? What is causing that?
Past lives.
Can you take me to the origin of it? What was the very first time she experienced that fear?
Mainly with her wife.
In that lifetime that you showed?
That's correct.
Okay. And what happened there?
The betrayal, it caused her so much pain. More than any other pain she felt in any other lifetime.
Because she loved her.
That's correct.
What else should she know about that? Can you help her shed new light on it?
Pain. That's what it is. Pain. Pain forces to act. Pain is her fuel.
Pain is her fuel. Did she choose that?
We all did.
Why would we choose something like that?
For the experience.
Is there any way around that? To learn through love instead of pain?
We do not look at it that way.
How do you look at it?
As a whole, the one consciousness, we do everything for the greater good.
And what greater good does her pain serve?
Just now she's able to teach from her pain.
I see. Can you release that fear for her today? Does she understand the true origin of it now?
We have been working on that.
Thank you. Is there anything else you can show her today to help her release that energy? If it doesn't serve her at all, it shouldn't be in the body, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Is there anything you can do in the here and now to release that for her permanently?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you talk her through it so she can hear it in her own voice on the recording?
We are doing what she does. She does it quite often.
And what is that?
We are using our hands.
And what's coming through your hands?
The white light.
What does she feel?
It's very powerful. And she will realize sooner than she thinks.
That sounds very positive.
It is.
She wanted to know about her mission here. What can you tell her about it that can help her in the greatest possible way?
She is to spread light throughout the universe. That's why she travels so much.
Mm-hmm.
We want her to go to Egypt.
Okay. What will she find when she gets there?
Connection.
Good. With?
Source. Go where monuments are. Go where energy is. It will only assist. It's already unlocked.
Good. She went into the state so easily. Why is she so super connected?
Supreme being. She is of a supreme being. Mm-hmm. Our people, we are very intelligent. We have come here many lifetimes before. Mm-hmm. This is what we do.
And what is her soul group? She had mentioned Blue Avian.
That's one of them.
Okay.
But there's many. That means that she's ancient. She's been around since Isis has set.
What should she know about Isis?
She learned under Isis. Isis taught her in mystery schools.
Is she still connected to Isis?
Oh, yes. She channels.
Oh, is that where some of that information comes?
Yes, that is correct. We are in a secret place. You could not see it to the naked eye.
Mm-hmm. And is that place here on this planet or off planet?
It's dimensional.
And why did she choose to have that incarnation? What was she hoping to understand?
She needed to learn that. She needed it for now.
For this lifetime, you mean?
Yes.
Good. Is it time for her to know her mission?
Continue to go in the direction. She must speak. 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 All of those experiences. All of those experiences was made for a time like this.
How so?
Holy, she will free many minds, many souls. She will liberate, she will wake, she will shake.
What did she feel here?
Connection.
Why was that important?
Connection is important for her. You are connected.